CP Ham is named for the Hamilton Street overpass. Hamilton Street is a major thoroughfare through the city of Allentown, Pennsylvania. CP Ham is also one of 3 interlockings that form a triangle where most of the rail fanning in the A-Town area is done. In video T-192, we dug deep into the ups and downs of rail fanning in the Allentown area and got a little taste of its culture. I highly recommend watching that video either before or after you watch this video to get a deeper understanding of some of the places in this video. Naturally, there'll be a link to that video in the description box of this video and the pinned comment. You know how it goes, just in case you missed it. March 7, 2020 was a cold and windy day. The morning sky was low overcast with breaks indicating sunshine later in the day. Our first stop was Canal Park. Canal Park is probably the best place to rail fan in Allentown because it's open to the public. It has good lighting for much of the day, and the CP Allen interlocking is just a stone's throw away. CP Allen is where the upper Lehigh line and what I call the Allentown running track come together and diverge. About 1 mile west of CP Allen is CP Burn, where the Reading line and the running track connect and diverge. The running track is used for trains entering and exiting the west end of Allentown Yard. We were only in Canal Park for a few minutes when our first train of the day moved west out of A Yard, the Allentown-based local train H44. All of the track signals in Allentown have been replaced by PTC-compliant SafeTrans color light signals. When we visited Allentown a few years back, the old Conrail era signals were still on the job, biding their time until their replacements would take over. Over at CP Canal, things are quiet. The hump yard is empty and the switching hump itself has been stuttered. The rumor was that the hump would be flattened and Allentown would be all flat switching, but locals say that the hump will indeed remain intact, albeit isolated. Back at Canal Park, the yard switcher goes about its business making up and breaking up inbound and outbound trains. All morning long we'd been hearing train 63V over the radio but couldn't get a fix on his location. Finally, when he revealed himself, it was at CP Allen behind 2 modern-day examples of AC traction, an SD70 ACE and a GE ES44 AC, and we were in a great place to catch him blasting out of town. '63V is a New York City to Mingo Junction, Ohio unit trash train. The last time we caught this train was in Tyrone, Pennsylvania, back in May of 2017 behind the Monongahela Heritage Unit. If there's one thing that defines much of Pennsylvania, it's row houses. And depending on the area that you're in, some of them could have been railroad or coal company homes. We got wind that westbound empty auto rack train 11J was moving past CP Bethlehem, and we were on the wrong side of town to catch him. When we got to CP Bern, its 3 locomotives were already through the crossing. "11J is usually a one-unit wonder out of North Jersey, so seeing it with 3 engines on the point was a pleasant surprise, even if it was from a distance." Following the trains west out of Allentown puts you in the small community of Emmaus. There's nothing particularly special about Emmaus except for, say, the new signals there. In Conrail days, tracks 1 and track 2 were directional, meaning that they were signaled for only one direction. In the era of NS, both tracks are bidirectional. Heading back east toward A-Town, we heard a horn and diesel power from around the bend. With just enough time to get to the tracks, we got another westbound freight. This time a mixed manifest pounding hard over the Harrison Street grade crossing. When we got back to Bern, there was a group of rail fans there, and they were waiting for the Linden, New Jersey bound oil train 66Z, and today it had something special on the point. As you can hear for yourself, by early afternoon the wind was still making itself heard. Shooting trains in the high midday sun is probably the least flattering light for most rail fans. The good news for us was that the clouds had disappeared and things were bright all over Canal Park, and the eastbound from Chicago intermodal train 20K was moving through Allentown by the way of C.P. Allen. Looking across the Lehigh River, empty tank train 65K is moving westbound over the Reading line, which begins at CP Bethlehem and converges at CP Bern. That's why the 20K was moving east over the Lehigh line through the Allentown yard. Trains are often routed this way as the yard is used as a passing siding. We saw this several times today with the westbound 63V and the eastbound 66Z. Directly behind the 65K was the New Jersey to Atlanta intermodal train 211, so we went back to Bern to intercept. Did you notice how the 211 diverged from track 2 to track 1? That's been going on all day, and if you go back and look closely, you can see the opposite being done by the 66Z. This is because a local train H11 that we were hearing about all day was working in the block on track 2. With all of the full-size train action we encountered today, it was actually a miniature train that brought us to A-Town. The Morning Call newspaper calls it the world's most amazing model train extravaganza. One of the Lehigh Valley's most popular destinations for kids and adults, the Merchant Square Model Train exhibit is only minutes from Dorney Park, the America on Wheels Museum, the Da Vinci Science Center, and other popular attractions. Just west of the Allentown yard, Edwin Durr has set up 18,000 feet of track, thunder, lightning, rain, and 40 trains. I captured what I could, but what you're about to see doesn't do the real thing justice. To find out more about this incredible model train experience, go to the website at modeltrainexhibit.com. Or better yet, make it a point to visit the model train exhibit for yourself the next time you're in the Allentown area. For Trains 21, call me AC.